Hello, this is your instructor, Stephen Burns, here at ChromaIllusion.com. In the last tutorial, we utilized our channels and curves to pull a mask from this particular image of the skyscraper. Now, we're going to do the same thing in this one, but I'm going to show you a different way to go about it. Once again, we had already determined that the blue channel gave us a better separation between the background and our subject matter. So what we will do is I'll go right ahead and duplicate this one, and I'm going to use layer blend modes and the apply image command to actually create the mask for me. Now let's go to our image menu, apply image. Now what it does is it applies the last setting that I had. Now by default it will be in normal. So what's going on here is that Photoshop is taking the blue copy and using a layer blend mode against itself. Okay, it's the same thing as putting this on a layer, duplicating the layer, and then applying a blend mode to that top layer, which is what we're about to do. Now, if we take a look at this blend mode, we notice that this top section, which is to darken, will favor your darker information, make everything else go transparent. Your lighten section will favor the brighter areas and allow all your other tonal values to go transparent. That's the opposite of the darken section. This one here favors both the black and the white information and will allow your medium gray information to go transparent. So, as you may suspect, that the overlay section here will basically give you more contrast. All of these will brighten your image, and all of these over here will darken your image. That is why we have them in sections, because they all basically do the exact same thing. In this case, favor your darker tonalities, but make all your other tonalities go transparent. But as you go down, it will make your image a lot more darker or more harsher. So darken gives you no effect because it's applying the tones in the way you see it naturally. As we go down the menu, we have multiply, which favors the blacks but starts to apply it a lot more harshly. And as you go further down to color burn, the same thing. And linear burn, and once again darker color gives you something similar to the darken. So already you should be realizing that, okay, there's potential here. These layer blend modes actually separate our tones for us. Let's take a look at the lighten. See what it does is lighten does the same thing as a darken. It keeps all of your tonal values natural, and you're seeing through, favors the lights, but you're seeing through the darker areas, making those transparent to the natural image below. If we hit screen, it increases that effect. And go to the color dodge, you can see it's just brightening up the image. And if we go to overlay, it maintains your shadows and your highlights, but it gives it more contrast because your mid-tone goes transparent and is favoring more of your darker and your lighter values equally. Okay? Alright, so now that you have a little bit of an overview there, what we want to do is let's go to multiply. It's already separating, bringing down the darker information. The white areas are pretty white already, so I'm not going to worry about it. I don't have to pay too much attention to it because these are the areas here that I want to go darker. Why? Because it's already dark information. It'll be easier to make those darker than the reverse. So what I'm going to do next is I basically okayed it. I'm not going to get greedy about it. Apply image again. Look, already it's going down darker. I'm going to click OK, and all we're going to do next is apply it once again, and it gets even darker. Look, you're getting a nice clean mask here. If you take a look in the middle, you want to be careful of those. We may have to still do a little bit of some brush work to get that to work. So go ahead and click OK. And what I'm going to do is, just like we did last time, we're going to go over to our burn tool. We're going to burn only the shadows at 100%, and I'm going to pay particular attention right over here. You can see this right there. I'm going to get in just a little bit closer and pull it on over, and we can see this little area. I want to just make it nice and rich there, just to make sure that we have a nice mask that's going to pull that out pretty effectively. All right, I'm going to go ahead and zoom down a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and get this little center and just darken that up just a little bit. I'm going to be real careful. I went a little too much there. And there we go. So I'm going to bring my brush just a little bit smaller so I don't get so much of the inside. There we're using just the edge of the brush, using my space bar, coming around, and you can see just some really dark mid-tone information here. Let's bring the brush a little higher and just darken it up. Alright, next, what do we do next? You guys already know. Let's go to our dodge tool, make sure the highlights are selected at 100%, and what we're going to do is just dodge out these highlights, make a nice little clean definitive edge here, and same over to here, and I might even do that around the edge of these areas there. Okay, just around the entire edge, just very quickly, just to make sure you have a nice definitive selection. Alright, now I missed a little area right over here to the left hand side, so we're going to come over here, hit the burn tool, and of course it burning my shadows. Go ahead and clean that up there, and go back to my dodge tool and get the outsides. There it is. That looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to hit Command or Control 0 to pop it to full view. Now what I need to do is edit this mask so that we're going to keep the architecture. The architecture, if we're going to keep it, should be white in the mask. Anything we're going to discard will be black. So Command or Control I for inverse. There it is. You can see when we inversed it, we missed some areas right down in here. Is that a problem? Absolutely not a problem. Go to our dodge tool and just dodge it out very quickly. We can use the paintbrush tools as well, so don't be afraid to use it. Alright, now let's apply the mask to our image. Go right over here, hit your RGB composite, Command click on your mask, go to your layers, which are already in, apply a layer mask, and make sure that we turn off the one on the bottom so that we can see the results. And if we get in closer, look at that. Beautiful, clean selection along that edge. Alright, so hopefully this will be helpful for you. And for those of you who have been taking my classes, I think these tutorials are going to help you to remember what steps you need to take to make effective masks here. Enjoy.